Okay, guys, you guessed it. I am now in New Jersey, which is why we have this weird little setup in here, which is a little bit different than our usual setup. With that said, let me get the mic. Perfect. Oh, look at that setup. Now, with that said, I'm a little bit sick today, so I'm going to be a little bit crabby about the whole process of doing this at night. Let's get to it. Social Security news for mid-June of 2023, which includes updates on retirement, disability, and other social insurance programs. Let's get to it. Delta Airlines has created a new seat that allows people with wheelchairs to enjoy the neck and head rest, along with other features that normally would not be included. You know, you put your wheelchair into the plane and they remove all that stuff. You just kind of get stuck there, right? With the new system that they have set up, you even get a console tray table and a cocktail table, which is really incredible because they've set it up where they can just wheel you in and you're set to go. Now, you still get the standard nuts, no extra salt, no chocolate dipped. I know, sucks. But this is a really cool prototype that they created with Air for All. So good on you, Delta Airlines. You did a good job with that. Next thing, the SSA is accepting applications through July 31st for interventional cooperative agreement programs. This is known as ICAP. This is where the SSA pays for research that could improve the SSA's overall system. So if you have an idea about improving their systems and you want to make a business out of it, hop, get to it, and submit your application. Now, the SSA is accepting, Now, China is ahead of America in the way that they handle its retirement changes, okay, especially with how America is starting to change itself. In China, they tell you what's going to happen, and that's it. It happens. They just dictate it to you. China is going to raise the retirement age from 60, from where it's at, of 60 for men and 55 for white-collar female workers who will soon be retiring at an older age. This is one of those rare moments where the crappiest parts of the Republican Party in China are chin to chin and lip to lip with each other. Both want to increase the retirement age, and the only difference is China will do what China wants to do when China feels like it's going to do it. The math looks grim for China's ability to pay because the retired people were about 17% this year of the population. So you've got like workers, non-workers, and then the retired, about 17% for the retired, and will be 33%. So basically around double the amount of retired people in 2035. So their amount of retired people will jump significantly. Also, guys, a heads up, because I am on a mountain in the middle of nowhere, farmland, New Jersey, right by the Pennsylvania border, my internet connection is not perfect. I hope it still looks okay to you guys. All right. The Social Security Administration is still having significant employment issues, which as a result equates to slow processing time and limited phone interactions. Now, the main issue for wait times is not at the hearing office level, but rather at the DDS level. DDS is Disability Determination Services. You go to Georgia, it's called DAS. Okay, same thing though. We have one claimant on this end who has had 3 DDS reps at the initial filing level due to multiple people quitting. The first person quit. The second person, who is the manager, we don't know what happened to him. And then the third person has been brought on. We have a tough time getting a hold of her. Hopefully she won't quit. Okay. The SSA is facing difficulties that are the worst that I've ever seen or ever witnessed when it comes to the Social Security Administration. I really do believe the commissioner, Kishikaze, is doing a good job. She's been given kind of an underfunded Social Security Administration. She's also in this situation where she's facing these extreme difficulties. So she is kind of facing the worst scenarios that I've ever seen compared to the commissioners that came before her. Now, President Biden does score some small points here on this one because he asked for more money and Congress shot him down. That was more money for the SSA, which they obviously needed. Now, let's just be honest here. The recipients and employees of the SSA are all underfunded. You guys are, they are, everybody is. You guys need more and they need more. Now, at this point, telephonic hearings, they're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere at all. So expect them to stick around. Non-attorneys have argued that you want in-person hearings because they need to see your walker or smell you as a homeless person. Here's my take on it. Your testimony, the words coming out of your mouth while you are physically present, is worth less and less each year. And as a result, the written record is worth more and more each year. Be smart. Have a telephonic hearing and line up the lists in front of you. Okay, your top 5 impairments, 2 symptoms per each. Your, when did each impairment start? When did each impairment become severe? have your oh, thank you, Christy Hughes, for the $5 donation. Super duper appreciate it. Super duper appreciate it. Yeah, Collins gang, I'm sorry, my internet is a little bit rough, so I hope you can still see me. Hope you can still see me. I know it's a little rough because I'm up here on the mountain. With that said, make sure you have your medications, 2 side effects per each. Make sure you have why you can't work the jobs that you once worked. And, basically buying through this whole process, my whole focus here is for you to be able to have your statements lined up so that you can answer them in that telephonic hearing. Because remember, you go into that in-person hearing, you're not supposed to have forms, little lists, bullet points, whatever you want to call them, in front of you. So I don't, guys, I see that the sound isn't working. It is working for me on my side, and it is showing. So what I would say is this: just try to log back out and then log back in. Should be okay then. Now, what did we learn from this whole debt ceiling crisis, this whole situation? Okay. We learned that people will threaten your long-term benefits, but they can't touch the immediacy of the payments you receive. So what does that mean? It means that they can make you retire later in life. It means that they can make you receive less retirement benefits per month after you paid in all those years. But if there is a debt ceiling crisis, they are not allowed to not pay you. What do I mean by that? They are not allowed to go ahead and basically, say, hey, you can't get your check this month because we're not raising the debt ceiling limit. And the reason why is that they're allowed to take from the trust funds to pay for your benefits. I think that also includes SSI benefits, but a lot of that stuff has never been tested. So as a result of that, you will always get your check for a while. I mean, sure, they might underfund some division within the SSA or USPS when they mail out a check, and you might not get a check, but they're going to always try and pay you in a debt ceiling crisis, even if they don't raise the debt ceiling. But what they can go after is changing the law for essentially how long it will take for you to be able to retire, how much you will get each year as a result of that retirement new date. Now, remember, there's a new plan that has been released. So what that is basically the new plan on the table raises the retirement age to 69 for those who turn 62 in 2033. That's what they're trying to push right now. Now, those that are age 59 would see an increase in the retirement age of 3 months per year beginning in 2026. Okay. There are 2 main reports that I'm waiting for. The National Academy of Social Insurance is working on the math behind how COVID altered the trajectory of the Social Security trust funds, and also the update specifically on the Social Security news for the COLA, cost of living adjustment, and how inflation will be affecting that. Okay. With that said, I want to go through some of the basics here real quick. All right, we've covered most of the news. I want you to understand kind of the future things I'm going to be covering. Many of you are worried going into essentially, and I can see a lot of people have issues with the internet. I'm going to keep this video short and then just go to the next one. Many of you are worried about the trajectory of Social Security benefits going through 2024 into 2025. Yes, the Republicans are presenting bills that would greatly reduce the worth of retirement benefits to individuals who've been paying into it their entire life. I don't know how you want to vote. I don't try and basically, present an argument that you should vote one way or the other. I would merely present to you the following. If you guys would like, I will outline every politician in a video that does not support Social Security benefits. And by and through doing that, I will give you what their plan is to somehow limit or reduce Social Security benefits. Now, with that said, we're going to be going to the next video very quickly, and then we'll kind of go from there. The next video is going to be a video I personally want to make, which is about 5 things that I know that I think you guys should also know that are important. And then after we do that video, we're going to go straight to the video where I answer questions of people who call in. That way, basically, we can go ahead and get them all set up. Now, I know I see people calling in constantly on the phone right now. Let me do one more video, and then we'll go to the video where I answer questions. I'll catch you guys in a little bit. I'm sorry that the internet is not amazing. We are plugged directly into Elon's internet system, Starlink. But again, we're on a mountain in the middle of nowhere. So I'll catch you guys at the next video. I'll see you real soon. Thanks so much, guys. Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye.